What's up, Wednesdays? Adrian B. back at it again with the weekly topics. And today's topic is leading versus following. Do you consider yourself a leader or a follower? And what are the greatest capabilities of a great leader or the greatest capabilities of a great follower? It's Wednesday. So, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Leading versus following. Y'all are probably wondering, Adrian, well, what do you think? What do you think about leading? And what do you think about following? And what's your take on today's topic? All right, y'all. So since y'all asked for it, you feel me? Boom. Leading versus following. Now, they're both very important. Understood that the reason why there are two different categories is because individuals can fall under any of these specific categories, and it's not necessarily a bad thing unless you put a negative connotation on it, right? So, of course, in order to be a leader, you need followers. I don't think that came out a little right, so let me try it again. In order to be a leader, you need followers, right? And in order to be a follower, you need a leader. Obviously, not every one of us are good leaders. We have tons of examples of terrible leaders in this world today. President. And other mentors, bosses, managers, any individuals that you can think of that just don't have a great leader mentality. That's okay. It really is okay. You can probably just be a liaison, a middle person, a middleman for that gap that just doesn't understand not everything that you have to offer, but specific things that you specialize for a special purpose that you serve that no one else really can do. Okay? So it's not necessarily that you're a follower. It's just you're not the best leader, or that's not your strong suit, or how can I put it? You have a purpose that is other than leading. Right? I put that right, y'all? I put that right? You have a purpose, right? Other than leading. Yeah, that's nice. That's not mean. Because I get called mean a lot, y'all. So if I start bullying y'all and y'all start taking this personal, I didn't mean it. It's not like that, okay? Now, being a follower, right? Of course. Like I said, being a follower is not a bad thing. You're going to, at some point in life, be able to be a follower. You can't always be a leader all the time. Like, that's just not how things start off. That's like thinking you just got it your whole life. No, that's not what it is. You need a blueprint. You need a team. You need a mentor. You need someone to just guide you through when maybe the indecision is kicking in, the blurry vision is kicking in, whatever is distracting you at that moment and you just need clarity. You're going to need a mentor. You're going to need somebody to guide you through that. Let's get into some of the feedback that we had for today. And I'm excited because someone just submitted a outrageous comment and opinion, and I love it, and I'm just going to share it with y'all. So today. And another disclaimer. If y'all are wanting to ask different questions, y'all have a topic on your mind, go ahead and submit that to the inbox. We will be talking about other topics after today's topic. So go ahead, ask me some questions, drop some topics, share some scenarios. Your girl is here for you today, and I'm excited to talk to y'all. So sorry I didn't have a show last week. Listen, we ain't have no power. It was raining cats and dogs out here. So we're just glad to be here this week. And we're going to get into today's topic. So there's a whole week of conversations that we did not have. Okay? And we need to get into it. Okay? So Melanie says sometimes you need followers to enhance the leader's message. And that's very true. What is a leader without its followers? You know what I mean? What is a true person designed to do in their purpose if they don't have people coming after them? You know what I mean? And what I mean after them is, what really is a purpose if you don't have something to hand down to the next generations? And being a leader, that's the most important thing. It's just worrying about your tribe, your community, your generations that come after you, or even the ones that are here before you. You have to look out. You know what I mean? You have to be a strong force. You have to be a strong individual in being a leader. And sometimes being a follower too. It takes a strong individual to be a part of a pack. So of course, if you're a strong follower, you're going to be an enhancement to the team, to the community, to the tribe, because you pay attention. You know what your purpose is within the community. You have an ordeal. Ty says the best leader is a follower. And honestly, that's so true, because in order for you to actually be a great leader, you would need to have to follow first. You would have to see the quality of a great leader in order for you to be one yourself sometimes. You have to be articulate. Your eloquence just has to be on point. And we're going to get to another response that really broke it down in the most perfect sense. They basically said, being a leader is a person who knows how to properly articulate themselves, a person with high eloquence. Eloquence meaning that your speech and your range of speech is very intricate or on a very mature level. Followers are good listeners. They know how to basically listen and execute what it is that they've just taken in, right? So those are the differences between the two. But some people can miss out on very fundamental keys of being a good leader, which takes away from their quality in actually leading the pack. Because if you can't listen first, how are other people supposed to listen to you? You know what I mean? So leading by example is a very big thing in today's topic. It's just, if you're not being who you are as a follower, your followers are also going to treat you in that same light. Does that make sense? Your followers are only going to follow what you listen to, if that makes sense. So my bro Jameer, my guy Jameer says, do you feel like leaders manipulate their followers just to understand themselves? Do you feel like leaders manipulate their followers just to understand themselves? Now, when you say understand themselves, what do you mean by understand themselves? You mean like understand themselves personally? Or I think I'm being a little slow on this one. Do you feel like leaders manipulate their followers just to understand themselves? I guess it's like brainwashing people. Some people really do use leadership qualities in manipulative ways. When you block out, opinions, when you block out, just that individual difference. Once you start to cut off the difference of diversity of being an individual, it then becomes manipulative. You can't have a team of people. First of all, every individual is creative within their own selves. They have their own ideas, their own thoughts. Now, don't get me wrong, they may coincide with like-minded mentals, but when you break it down, everyone has their own creative process. Whether it's a professional process, an artistic process, a procedural process, everyone has their creative twist to how they get things done. Once you cut that creative twist off, to serve your own purpose or one goal, which is basically constructed by the leader of that tribe, it then becomes manipulative because people aren't able to be themselves. People aren't able to openly contribute their input and have a team effort. I don't feel like a team effort is stifling. A team effort should always be free, and everyone should have their own equal right to contribute to that goal, if that makes sense. So, of course, unless it's a cult leader. I definitely feel like sometimes people who are leaders need justification for themselves and the person they are, and they receive this justification from people following them. That is a great point. Instead of being confident in knowing they're a natural born leader. And the thing is, the best leaders are always themselves. Like, regardless of who is against them or, with them, they're still themselves. Like, they're still original. Like, that still came from them. And 9 times out of 10, the best leader wouldn't have, shut other people out to gain their own confidence. You know what I mean? That just demonstrates poor character, demonstrates poor personality. It shows how much or like a lack of care you have for your team and your tribe and the people around you. Authentic leadership does not stifle anyone else's creativity. It literally says, hey, that's a good idea. We can implement that whenever the time is right. Not saying that it can't happen at all, but maybe now is not the time for it. Maybe that can go well into a different plan, or even just give that person their own segment if they're showing their own leadership qualities. You know what I mean? Let that person manifest what it is that they're trying to do and have them present it to you. You know what I mean? But there's ways of being a leader without shooting other people down, because you aren't invincible. You know what I mean? There's going to be times where your stuff or your idea does not work, and you're going to need your team to feed off of, or just be one with each other. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a leader and following your team. Being a leader comes with a lot of humility. You have to humble yourself to know that at any moment, you're not always going to be in charge. Yes, people are going to come to you for questions and answers and all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, you're not God. You don't have the end all be all. You know what I mean? In some cases, when people are paying each other, okay, bringing money into the equation, money can be taken from you. Any of those materialistic things can be taken away from you. But a good team that cares about you, understands the vision, constantly inspires you to be better and stay better is what you need. You know what I mean? And that is priceless. You can't pay for that at all. Once that comes around, you never would want to lose it, because if you lose it, there's no way of getting it back, literally. Okay, so above average human, aka Derek says the best leaders lead by example. And I love that, because the golden rule is always number one for me. Like, treat others how you want to be treated. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, it wasn't a question. It was really a statement. But your statement is very factual. You know what I mean, friend? So, you know, the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. And a lot of people will say, well, Adrienne, not everybody is like you, so you can't expect them to reciprocate what it is that you give off, because they not you. No. If you go through the McDonald's drive-thru and you place an order and you expect to get a meal, right? Wouldn't you expect that same reciprocity when you get to the window? Yes, you want the meal. You want to receive what it is that you've ordered. You know what I mean? Yes, you're going to want some type of reciprocity. People nowadays are requesting for things that they cannot return. And that's wrong. It gets tiring. Like, you're going to tire out your tribe doing that. You just can't do that all the time. All right. So, my Aunt Jaleesa says, real leaders serve their team and are not needed, but wanted. And that is so true. It's always the times of when you didn't necessarily see yourself in that position, but you're wanted in that position. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that you needed yourself there or your team needed yourself there. It's like, yo, I see that Gerard works best in these environments, and we're going to put him in these environments so he can keep flourishing. You know what I mean? You need people around you like that. You need a pack around you to identify your strong suits and your capabilities to put you on the platform that you deserve to be on. And honestly, y'all, if your circle has too many haters, you know what I mean? Because there are low-key haters a part of the tribe. They're not going to want you to be in those platforms. They're not going to want you to be in those positions, y'all. Let's talk about it, because y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the haters that's a part of the tribe that see your vision but don't want you to have that vision, or don't want you to accept that vision. When you have a purpose ordained over your life that is just inevitably divine, there's no way of taking that away. There's no way of stopping it. There's no way of pausing it. There's no way of declining it, because Everywhere you go, you will see the same trends. You will see people putting you in that same limelight, in that same position, or coming to you for the same things, the same questions, same advice, the same qualities, because that's just who you are as a person. You know what I mean? So whenever those haters come around and they try to block you from your position, block you from your platform, tell you things that you can't do, make it seem like what you're trying to do, your vision is too big. No. We aim very high, so at the least, the highest that we would ever go below, or the lowest that we would ever score, is still top-notch, above standard quality. That's how we think out here. That's how the fam thinks. That's a progressive mindset. Being proactive instead of reactive. And you can be proactive with your purpose by accepting the things that you're good at and taking on more roles that honestly cater to those abilities. You need haters. You need haters. You need haters. You need haters. Okay, they develop you. Jalisa _the_ Leo. That's my aunt. Follow her on Instagram. She down here preaching, y'all. You need haters because they teach you what good people are. You know what I mean? They remind you of your purpose. You know what I mean? They give you that positive fight back that allows you to be confident in yourself and say, yo, cut it out or you gonna get cut. Not like that, y'all. I'm really not that violent. Don't let me fool y'all. I mean, I can be. Don't get it twisted. Don't fool yourself. I'm out here telling y'all I'm not that violent. Don't be out here trying me. Okay? Don't be out here trying me. Okay? But yes, you need haters. You need haters. If you don't have any haters, then that means that you for everybody. And honestly, if you for everybody, what type of growth are you ever really going to have? Not much. Not much. Not much. So let's get into it, y'all. And again, y'all can submit y'all comments, feedback, questions, anything that you would want to submit today. Go ahead and comment, submit your questions. We are about to go open topic hour. So stay tuned. Think of those questions in all those situations because we haven't been here for a week, y'all. And I don't believe that y'all don't have nothing to tell me, okay? So, Run It Up T says, you have your own business. So Run It Up T, to put it into words, yes, I do. I am my own CEO and entrepreneur. Why do I say that right now? Because I speak things into existence, and that's my mentality. I have a boss mentality, an entrepreneur mentality. So yes, that's exactly what it is. I do have my own business. What am I in the business of? It depends on what hat I'm wearing on what day of the hour and time. Because honestly, I am a jack of many trades. People will be like, oh, you produce music? No, but my team does. Oh, do you do this? Oh, yeah, my team does too. Oh, well, how do you do this and do that and do this? And listen, okay? Knowledge is key, and what you invest your time into, what you invest your mind into, never, ever leaves you. So all the skills that you've had, hi, Nate. Hey, y'all. What's up, fam? Is in the building. All the skills that you have learned over the past, 16 years you be in school? How many years is that, y'all? Let's count it. Because you got preschool, right? Preschool is the school before the pre of the school, right? Then you got kindergarten, first grade. Okay, so that's 2 grades before the first grade. Then you got 12 more though. I'm all. That's 14 grades we go through in life, y'all. Just before college. And then you got to add another 4 years. That's 18 years of being in school. 18 years of being in school. And y'all don't have no skills and assets. No, y'all got skills. Y'all got purpose. Y'all do. Y'all just not paying attention to yourself to know what it is. 18 years of school and y'all don't have nothing good to offer. Y'all lying out here. Y'all lying. But it's okay. Because that's why the family is here. That's what I'm here for. We're going to figure it out together. We're going to figure out the purpose together. What you're good at. Skills, assets. I'm here for you. Big sis is here for you. Okay? If you're open to it. But yes, I do have my own business. And honestly, you're not able to see it now. But when you see it, you gonna know. Y'all gonna know. And at that day, there's nothing else for me to say. Nothing else for me to say besides I told you so. Okay? So all the haters that don't believe that I have a business now, it's okay. Because when I'm there, I'm going to tell you I told you so. I'm not even going to say nothing to you. Because at that time, I wouldn't even be able to communicate with you. I'm going to be on a whole different level. Let me humble myself. Because that's not nice. That's not nice. And honestly, I understand what it's like to not have faith. Or do I? I mean, that's up to y'all. Anyway, continuing on with the conversation. Now we have about 22 minutes left in the live. 32, 22, somewhere around there. 34, maybe. I don't know. Whoa. Talking about school. I think I need to go back. Whoa. Woo. Go ahead and drop the comments, the feedback, the opinion, and all that y'all have. Okay. My auntie is coming through. Nothing wrong with having a career too. Ownership isn't for everybody. And let's talk about it. Because this was a conversation that we spoke about back when good sis B. Simone said that she would not have a not that she wouldn't have one, but she wouldn't date a 9-to-5 guy. Okay, and I hate to keep revisiting this conversation because to me it was very simple. I understand what sis was saying. Like, I get it, you know. She would prefer her man to be a CEO entrepreneur or make his own schedule, be able to make his own schedule, right? But there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5, okay? Especially when you have multiple sources of income. You may trade Forex. Okay, Forex is not a bad thing unless you're out here scamming people. Forex is not a bad thing. Your 9-to-5, going in, clocking out, that's not a bad thing. Because again, everyone has their own purpose. Sometimes it's just meant for you to play that role because you're really good at that role. You're really phenomenal. You excel in those areas of your life. And there's nothing wrong with accepting what's for you. What's for you is for you, and nobody else can judge that. If anyone else is, they're paying a little bit too much attention to your life for them to even be telling you what's good with yours. Like, what's good with yours? You know, what's good with you? You don't like me having a 9-to-5, but what you working? Do you got a job? What's going on? How are you funding yourself through this quarantine? Okay? You know, these are questions that you have to ask. We are getting too mature nowadays to just be entertaining all types of frivolous conversation or even be asking questions that really have nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Nothing is wrong with having a career. As long as I'm concerned, a job is a job, okay? That's it. Things are not that simple. You might have to do a couple years of a 9-to-5 in order to progress to earning $30K or more. Exactly. And that's your grounding block. That's your stepping stone. That's your process. You know what I mean? No one can judge your process. Okay? No one ever can judge your process because they didn't create you. And they can't tell you where you're going because you determine that. Don't allow other people to tell you where you're going because you determine that for yourself. Okay? Really pay attention to the people that you have around you. You know what I mean? And instead of assuming, like my aunt said, instead of just being observant, ask the questions. Get to know these people one-on-one. I find that a lot of people that have so many people in their lives don't really know each other on a deep aspect. You know what I mean? They don't take the time to get down to the bottom of, oh, well, what's that person's favorite color? What does this person like? Does this person even like attention? Where do they flourish best? Asking them these questions. Not saying, oh, well, you would do great here, or here's why I think. It's not about you sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's literally about getting to know the people around you so they would want to get to know the person that you are, y'all. It seems simple. It may sound very simple. And to introverts, this may be super hard. But just take your time and realize the differences of having different people in your life. That's all it is, y'all. That's really the key to it. So we have about 7 minutes left. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all are amazing. These lives always stay on my Instagram page, y'all. They save to IGTV, so if at any moment you want to go back, share, screen record, it's up on my page. My YouTube is also here, y'all. We here with YouTube. Hey, YouTube. We're going to be lit on YouTube, and I did it. We're here on YouTube. And the content does not go anywhere, y'all. It stays on my page. It's here 24/7, 365 for the remainder of this lifetime. So, every Wednesday, 9 p.m., Adrian B will be here with the weekly topics. Don't worry if you missed any of this. Again, it's all on my page. If you have ideas of topics, situations, scenarios, you need advice, anything you possibly need to question, go ahead and send it to my page. DM me, ask those questions, comment, give feedback, and just keep promoting each other, y'all. Black-owned businesses, we are here. If you do have a business, if there's something that you do or produce yourself and you would like for me to promote it, go ahead and send it my way. I would love to do so. And yeah, I'm here for y'all. So again, what's up Wednesdays? Adrian B. Back at it again with the weekly topics. And today we talked about leading versus following. So stay tuned for next week's conversation as well. We will be matchmaking. So don't miss out on that. Don't forget about it. We're going to be here every Wednesday at 9 p.m., y'all. It's Wednesday. I'll see y'all next week. What's up Wednesday? It's Adrian B. Back at it again with the weekly topics. And tonight we conquered another poppin' topic with a whole bunch of gems. Leading versus following. If you did not get to share your feedback, submit your questions, your opinions, situations, anything like that, you can follow me on Instagram at Adriana, ADRIANNA_L as in Larry, EA on Instagram, and let me know what you thought about tonight's comment. I want to know. If you have any future topics that you would also like to submit to the page, you can do that as well. Adrian B will always be here on a Wednesday at 9 p.m. giving y'all the best conversation. It's Wednesday.